Alright, so in today's video, I'll be giving you guys my long-term review on the MacBook Pro base chip and why you should be buying the M5 base chip for someone that is similar to me. And also, I'll be explaining why this is the most valued computer by a long margin. Alright, ever since the MacBook Pro silicon chips came out, everyone's been talking about it. And honestly, they're one of the best computers you could buy. Apple, for the first time, released the M5 chips before the Pro and Maxes, which will be coming out anytime soon. I actually talked about this before because I've said many times that the base MacBook Pro chips are overall the most valued laptop you can get. It's $1,600, which is very expensive, but you get so much out of it. It's the most valued laptop, and you're probably wondering, how would I know? And to answer your question, I've been using the M4 MacBook Pro base chip for a year now, and this is one of the best products I've ever bought in my life. This is my favorite product. It works so well, and the fact that it's a base chip is just dramatic. I could not imagine how well the Pro chips and the Mac chips would perform. First we're going to talk about is if the base chip is actually powerful enough to handle basic needs and actually heavy duty stuff. Quick answer, yes it is. Like I said before, I edit 4K 60 FPS videos. I do color grading. I use Final Cut Pro, which does help a lot. I do website stuff. I do university stuff, multitasking stuff all the time, and it handles it perfectly. I've actually never started before. I never had any problems. It typically takes me 6 minutes to actually render out a 10+ minute video, which is very short. Performance-wise, I've actually never noticed anything crazy. Yes, I color grade some of my videos, but it's not heavy color grading. I'm not at the MKBHD level color grading, nor do I do 3D rendering stuff. I don't do crazy stuff, but for editing videos, doing university, doing all sorts of stuff, it handles perfect. Now you're probably wondering, what is the difference between the MacBook Air M4, which is a phenomenal laptop, $999 you can buy it, versus the Pro? First thing is first, you get ports. Now the build quality, to me, the Pro is just so much better. You have better speakers, you have ports. The Air doesn't have a fan, which means that at a certain time, it's gonna have a throttle problem where it's too hot, so it actually makes the computer use less power so it can cool down naturally. You don't get that with the Pro. When it gets hotter, when you're using more power, the fan kicks in and cools it down so you can go further with performance. Another thing, which is to me the most important thing, is the screen. The MacBook Pro has one of the greatest screens I've ever seen. It's 120 refresh rate, ProMotion, which means it adjusts from 0 to 120, so you save battery. It looks incredible, it's super bright. I did not get the nano texture because I don't personally take my computer out and about to coffee shops and flex. Like I said, this is a sexy ass computer. The build is incredible. It looks so pretty. Every time I look at it, I honestly I'm like, wow, it's so beautiful. Obviously, that shouldn't be the reason why you buy a laptop, but when you buy a laptop that's expensive, yes, $1,500 is an expensive laptop. You want it to be looking nice, and it does look beautiful. This is the most beautiful laptop you could buy. I personally would have loved a 16-inch because I like the bigger screen, and to me that actually looks super beautiful, but the 14-inch is the sweet spot for most people. Big enough to actually use stuff, you don't feel cramped, but it's also very light. This is a light laptop. Like, this is a very skinny laptop. It's not too skinny to the point where you're gonna be having thermal problems like the touch bar laptops, but it is a very nicely shaped computer. It looks incredible. I love that just the size of it. It's super light. It's just portable. I bring this with me to different countries. I bring this with me to my girlfriend's house, all of that stuff. So long-term review, this laptop is one of the best laptops I've actually ever used in my life. Best valued laptop. You get so much for the price. Listen, $1,600, it's a lot of money. But you also need to keep in mind that the Max chips, the Pro chips are up to $7,000, which is the max that you can get. That is so much more money. And to me, if you're someone that's inspired to make money in the future, but you are not at that level yet, you're someone that is working in 4K videos, you're learning, and you are in a budget, you're a student like I still am, and you don't want to drop all your money on a laptop, I would recommend the base chip 100%. The new M5 chip looks incredible. It's 20% better than my one right now, and my one is an incredible computer. I've had zero problems. I've reached the point where I want to be pushing high quality videos, which I have. My videos have been increasing quality, doing mini projects. It is a perfect computer. You get 16 gigs of RAM base, which is more than enough. I wouldn't bump this up with RAM specifically because it does cost money. That's the one thing I actually don't like about this computer, which is not the computer itself. It's that Apple charges a lot of money when you increase your storage or RAM. If you're gonna do that, I would just go for the Pro because the Pro chip actually gives you more RAM, and I mean, you still stay with the same storage, but honestly, if you want more storage, I've never actually had storage problems. This is 512 gigs, but if you want more storage, I would just buy an SSD and pop all your stuff there. It's just a lot better, more convenient, and more cheaper. But anyways, I was saying, if you're someone that is inspired to make money in the future, you don't have all the money, $1,600 is a lot of money to spend, I would buy it right now. Perfectly valued computer, and to me, it's much better than the Air is. The Air is an incredible computer. You can still do 4K video editing, but it just gets hot, and performance, it will stop at a certain time. This one will keep on going and just keep on moving, and you have the better display, 120 refresh rate. You got the ports. It's so much easier. Now, the Air can get hot and stuff like that. But anyways, if you're someone that has a bigger budget, you want to focus on future proofing, you have the ability to spend more, you are actually more experienced, I would not buy anything just yet, because the M5 Pro and Max will be coming out soon, either January or before. It won't be later than that unless they're doing something crazy. I would buy that. But if you ask me right now, which is the best option you could do, I would actually wait for the M6s, because that is when the OLED computers are coming out, where they're doing the big redesign, which is gonna be incredible. But some of us cannot wait that long. So to conclude, this is the best laptop I've ever used. Phenomenal computer. Only thing that I don't like about it is the pricing when it comes to upgrading. If you're gonna upgrade the storage and RAM, just go for the Pro, because when you buy the Pro chip, it comes with 24 gigs of RAM. And this is a 10 out of 10 computer. It is perfectly valued, and I'm very happy. One last thing, many people ask me what my dream laptop is, which is my dream spec, and I'll tell you guys right now. If we're talking about the things we have now, I would go with the 16-inch. I would go for 64 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes, space black. That is my dream build. One day we'll get there, hopefully when the channel starts generating money, but I am very happy and I'm not disappointed in my laptop at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're someone that is struggling, you want more questions, you don't know what computer to buy, maybe your budget doesn't even support this computer, you're thinking about the Air, DM me right now on Instagram, or leave a comment down below. I'm happy to help answer all your questions, because buying a computer is a big deal and you want to do your research. So peace, boys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.